Hey everyone, so let's talk about 5 of the easiest fish to take care of. So number 1 will be the guppy. Of course, you'll find these at any pet store, just like any of these fish on this list. I have a few of them in my tank, like right there. I think I have 4 or 5 of them in this tank in my 45 here. So males are usually more on the colorful side, more than the females are. Males are usually a bit more, if you will, pretty than the females. I have females in this tank. Usually the females have more color in their tail than anything else, whereas males will be more colorful overall. With these guys, you can get away, if you know what you're doing, you can get away with a 5-gallon tank for them. You can put a few of them in a 5-gallon tank. You just do not want to put males and females together in a smaller tank. With females, you will most likely be ending up with a bunch of babies, which of course can overpopulate a tank. But if you keep them in just males or just in females, or have a big enough tank, they are super easy to take care of. They require really nothing special. Tap water, treated tap water works just fine for them. And they are actually pretty fun to watch. And again, if you get males, they are a bit more on the pretty side. Number 2 here, I'm actually going to go with swordtails, and I have 3 of them in here. I have 1 male and 2 females. See, my male is right there. The females are, well, there's a female over here at the moment, and the other one is in the back somewhere. So again, just like the guppies, you put males with females, you will have babies. I say the guppies are going to breed more often than the swordtails will, but you will most likely end up with babies. I would recommend at least a 10-gallon tank, if not even a 20-gallon tank for these guys, especially if you're going to get males and females together. They come in all crazy amount of different colors. The males will have the sword, hence the name swordtail. Hopefully you can see it on my male over there. Yeah, she has a sword. The females do not have the sword tail. So they are very easy to differentiate males from females. Now these guys, unlike the guppies, both males and females are very colorful. Again, you get them in a crazy amount of different colors. And again, you can get these usually at a lot of different pet stores. Most pet stores will carry them. May not be as common as guppies, but they are up there on the common scale. Number 3 will be Pilates, which basically look like the female swordtails. They look very similar to a swordtail, just a little bit more plump. Usually, again, they come in a crazy amount of different colors. Again, they're very, very easy to take care of. And just like the other 2 on this list, they're talked about so far. They will breed if you put males with females. Again, I would recommend at least a 10-gallon tank, if not bigger, especially if you, again, put males with females. And again, you can get away with keeping just all males together or all females together. Just if you put males with females, you will most likely end up with babies. Again, these guys you can find at pretty much almost any store that carries fish. You'll most likely find some sort of Pilates. They're probably just about as common as the guppy is. A little bit more common than the swordtail. Number 4 here, we're going to go with the goldfish. Now they are easy to take care of as long as you have the appropriately sized tank for them. Most people will put them in a tiny little goldfish bowl, which is not good. So 1 goldfish should really be in about a 20-gallon tank, and they recommend 10 gallons added on for every extra goldfish from there. I think people don't realize about goldfish is some of them do get about a foot long. They can get over a foot long. Most goldfish get really big. Even the ones that are 25 cents feeder goldfish, they can get really good size. So as long as you take them and put them in an appropriately sized tank, goldfish are very easy to take care of. They don't need any sort of special heat. They do need a filter. They need most of your necessities of any other fish, any tropical fish. Not a goldfish or tropical fish, they're cold water fish. But they do not need the heater. They do need the filter, of course your decorations, all that good stuff. But they do not need heaters unlike tropical fish. Again, at least a 20-gallon tank for just 1 of them, or even bigger. Then just do basic maintenance on them and they should be good. They are a bit more messy than most tropical fish are. But yeah, as long as you again keep up with maintenance, goldfish can be really fun to watch. Very colorful fish. Usually a lot of them are very active fish as well, especially like the little feeder goldfish. Plus they're very super duper cheap, especially again get the feeder goldfish. Just make sure you put them in an appropriately sized tank and do basic maintenance of water changes and whatnot on them. And then of course number 5 here is going to be my favorite fish, the betta. As everyone knows, again, fish you can find in pretty much any pet store. The widely recommended tank size is at least a 2.5 gallon tank. These days, I say at least a 5 gallon tank. 5 gallon tank or bigger is going to be better. Bigger the tank, the better. For the most part. Now they do not do the best in tall tanks, as I found personally. And when I personally put them in big tanks, they always seem to not do the best after a little while. They seem to kind of get sick if they're in tall tanks. I think the reason for that is because they really need to breathe air from the surface of the water, and a lot of betas are just not the best of swimmers, so they have to go from the bottom of the tank to the top of the tank constantly all day. It kind of stresses them out, which stress is not good for fish as it can make them sick. But yeah, of course, betas are going to be on this list. Again, I'd recommend at least a 5 gallon tank for them. You can put them in with other inhabitants such as snails or some shrimp. And if you get big enough tanks, you can put them in with other fish as well. So of course, number 5, my personal favorite fish is going to be bettas. They're just awesome fish, and again, they come in all sorts of different colors and fin shapes and actually different sizes. You can get any pretty much any color you want on bettas these days. 2, they can be cheap. You can go out and spend $3 or $4 on one, or you go online, you might be able to find some for $100 or more. Yeah, again, just keep up with basic maintenance for all these fish, and you should be just fine. And by what I mean by that is basically just doing water changes when you should be doing water changes, and make sure the tank is set up properly before you add them to your tank. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.